How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sanctum Gamer here, and today we are staring down at the work we did in the last video where we started blending out the Harbour industrial area out into the rest of the region. So we built a small little settlement over here surrounded by a couple of farms, and it's nestled in between a tiny little industrial area this side and another one that side. All the way over here we've got our second rail yard. So I've got two rail yards. The idea is that I thought we were going to need a lot of trains. Who knows? I think that might still be the case because we're still developing out the landscape. We still need to build out into all of those areas, and I've got the railway line set up in such a way that we will be able to go all the way out to that side. So it might still be the case that we will need a lot of trains in the future. So I've been looking at this thing. I've been trying to figure out how far out I can build, and it looks like this island is also available for building. It's all within the bounds of the map, so that is good. I think this is an area as well that some development can happen, and we'll need to find out something to do on this little stretch of land. But I'm seriously thinking over here we can definitely have another city or another town and make this a 3-town region, right? One big one there, another biggish one over here. This would have been the ideal place to have another one, but unfortunately the map cuts off over there, so we cannot continue. So we can have one over here that blends in with this one. Almost looks like one big town over there, or one big city, and have an airport somewhere here that separates the two. And maybe this can be vast farmlands, who knows, I'll see. And then another smallish town over here to just cap everything off. So that's the plan for the entire map. I'm hoping we can get that done in the next, I don't know, month or two. We'll see how things go. In the meantime, today, what I want to try and do today is to finish off sort of this whole area and maybe out into this space, right? Because if I'm gonna have the airports there, I wanna try and start killing things off around here. But I want this to be a small extension to the harbor, nothing big, but just a way to increase the amount of industry and offices that we have in this area. And then we'll leave the space for industrial expansion at some point in the future. So as demand increases, or we actually have a lot of demand for office and and industry, but the idea is that we'll keep expanding out into this area and then use it as a way to keep our unemployment down as much as possible. And so yeah, that's the plan for this space, and that's why it hasn't been developed. I was looking at this area and I don't know if I'm very happy with this. I mean, this is really a glorious disaster, but I think as we expand, maybe we will change this entire area up, but that is a future me problem. What I want to do today is I want to address this little space here. So I want to get my cargo train terminal active, and I also want to try and deal with this traffic. What I notice is that as this traffic piles up, I have my buses all get stuck in all of this, and that is not good. So then the transport, or the bus transport that hooks all of this place up to the rest of the city, basically starts sitting in traffic, and that is not nice. So what I want to do is I want to try and move this chappy up just a little bit. We're gonna get another road that runs parallel to this road that will basically serve as an area where all of this traffic feeds off into, and the only thing that will be on this road will be this industry as well. This car, oh geez. The only thing that will be on this road is the cargo harbor and other industrial buildings, just so that all these trucks are feeding in and out of there. And then we're gonna move the cargo train terminal out just a little bit, so this will be redone, and then we're gonna see how we can work out reconnecting up everything to this area so that we can get a highway into this space. So that is the plan. So before I got started, I thought I would get a couple of mods to see if any of them can help me get rid of whatever this thing is. So I went ahead and got myself the anarchy mode, right? So there's anarchy now. That is, I think it's enabled when it's highlighted in blue, but when I try and use it, I still can't get rid of that thing. So I went and got what's in the extra landscaping tools, hoping that this would be some kind of an area that I could get rid of. But unfortunately, all this thing is doing is getting ready to set me up to create a new area. I don't know what landfill is. Anyways, so I've been trying all kinds of ways to try and get rid of this thing, and so far I still haven't found a way to get rid of it. Somebody suggested that I go into the simulation tab and allow gameplay manipulation. So I turn on the bulldozer, get into that simulation, allow gameplay manipulation. Let me just take all the validation stuff, and I can go ahead and delete anything in the game. And sure, I can go ahead and delete anything except this one thing. So I still do not know how to get rid of this or what it is. So if you know, please let me know, because at this point I honestly have no clue. And since I can't use any of these tools either because it's not an area thing that I can shrink up, I'm completely lost on how to get rid of this. Anyways, part of the reason why I got this also is to hopefully make it easier to paint down things like your agriculture stuff. I think this is supposed to make it easier to do that. But anyways, if it doesn't, it's fine. I'll just continue using the developer mode to do it. All right, so let's start off by adjusting the cargo harbor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out a little bit first. So we're going to get it out. Currently, it's very close to the roots, that is. It's very close to that, but I think there should be more than enough room for us to be able to shift it out. So I'm going to try and see if this is something I can do without... Ooh, so my worry is it not being straight, but I think that is straight enough. And I think that should still be... Ooh, it just went right back. Okay, never mind. I guess that was not... I was going to move that. Let me reclaim back a little bit of land, and then we will adjust its position. Alright, so things are connected up now. I hope everything should be functional. We've connected up the roots over there. So what I'm trying to do is I'm not going to create any any intersection on this part. Instead, we're probably going to put a whole bunch of tiny little industry and offices in between. But now when the trucks are coming down, they will get off of here, get onto the road over here, and then they will stay on this road with all of their silly little traffic all on this side. I do think though that this little hill here is a bit much, and we've got this little dip here as well. So I just want to correct, or at least make these a little bit smoother, and then we shall continue. Alrighty, I think all of that should now be nice and smooth, which is great. Let's just try and get all of this looking roughly the same. And yeah, I think I'm actually not sure where I should keep the double lane. if I should let it. Nah, let's let it start from here. Let them get, whilst they're getting ready to get off, they can start the double lane over there. All right, so that connects that up. I'm thinking we can get a little bit of lower land here just to build a little something. I'm not sure what yet, but for now I think that is good. We are nice and connected, and I don't believe there's any more. Oh yes, I did have additional upgrades to this, didn't I? But I think the additional upgrades just gives me, what is this? A harbor cranes and container allows for cargo to load and unload and stores the cargo. And oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. So I should be additional cranes help to increase speed at which loading. Okay, so that's actually, I do want that upgrade. Cool. So we've got that in. I should believe everything should be working. Let's just unpause, and all the ships are still on a nice path. They're going out in that direction. Everything is connected, and these trucks should all figure out their own way back into this area. I'm hoping the ones that come from this side will either choose to take this route, or they will choose to go that way, or they will choose to go in this way. Hopefully it's not too bad, because I see a lot of the traffic pile up from this side anyways. So I think we should be good. Oh shame, look at all these chappies having to make a U-turn and go and find a new way back. Anyways, that's fine, that works. Okay, I want to put just some tiny little decor in and around this area, and then we'll move on to the cargo train terminal. Well, would you look at this pathfinding algorithm? They're coming and squeezing themselves in here and then getting out in that direction. Oh my word, these things are relentless. So now this will not work, because trucks will start using this as a shortcut. Oh wow. Okay, let's adjust that. Alrighty, let's take stock. What was meant to be just a quick thing around here ended up being an extension all the way out into this space. So we've got this extended out a little bit. Ooh, why? Let's see if I can just fix this quickly. Okay, I think it is fixed now. Some pause and cool, we are good. Everything is connected up It's nice and level. Oh, thank goodness. It's still level all around the space, so that is awesome. So I decided to extend things out a little bit with some offices and industry. I'm thinking of actually getting rid of some of these because I don't like how much smoke these two are spewing. But I want to leave them, let them grow out, because you know when they usually get to level 4, 5, some of them stop spewing out all of that smoke and stuff. So I think that is fine. So for now, we're gonna leave that. I considered putting out an extension or two out here, but I don't think that is necessary. I think that is something that as time goes along, if we need more, I don't know, room and capacity to make things look a little bit funkier, we will do those expansions. But otherwise, the traffic isn't flowing as smoothly as I thought it would, because now we've got the traffic piling up on this side. I had hoped that they would have gone through on that side much easier and much quicker than they currently are, but it's probably because there's a small number of cars coming this side. But I think once they move out, this should flow. Oh, the simulation is slowing down again. And these silly cars as well, these silly road maintenance vehicles, they are a problem. They really are a problem because they chill and they hold traffic up and. So anyways, I see most of the traffic is turning that way. You're not gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and try the following. We're gonna go and turn off traffic lights here. And let's let the traffic flow all by itself, because I see not too many cars are coming up this road anyways. So this should allow the left and right turns that need to happen here to happen smoothly. And there we go. So things are moving. We will monitor it. We will see what happens over time. I think I'm gonna come in and extend a little bit more of these over on this side, but I definitely don't like all of the smoke on this side. Definitely do not. So let's get rid of this chappy, convert you to an office instead. And this chappy, you know what? Ooh, it's 3 of them. And you're a... Let's leave these 2. Let's see if when they upgrade, they will sort themselves out. Over here, I think... I don't really know what to put here. I would have liked to put the concrete, to have just concrete and the fence and all of those things. But honestly, I don't want to go that deep into the mods yet. So let's see if I put small little these over here. Ooh, does this have a... Oh, they do. Okay, so that should give me a little bit of height over here. That's nice. And then we'll just plonk these big trees back here, and yeah, we'll call it done. There we go. So I don't want to start doing fencing and all of those things. Like, I don't want to do that just yet, because that's a rabbit hole that you just cannot come back out of. So for now, we're still going to keep things as simple and easy as we possibly can, and then we'll delve down that road a bit later on in, I don't know, either later on in this city or a new city, who knows. We'll see how things go. But yeah, this is doing what I want. It is diverting the traffic off of the main road over onto that side, and here we go. All of that traffic now sits over there, which is awesome. Next bit now is the cargo terminal. Train cargo terminal, cargo train terminal. I always get those confused. What I want to do is that I'm going to change its layout because of this extension here for additional storage. I can't move it too far out. So I'm going to get rid of this extension, and I'm going to move the cargo off of this road, and very similarly have another road that runs alongside this one. But the difference now is I'm not going to try and stick in more buildings over there. I think for this one, all I'm going to do is just make it like a median type thing, or yeah, a median between this road and on we'll build, and then we will connect things up on this side, and then run an underground all the way out to this area and see how we can connect everything up over there. Alrighty, let's get it going. Alright, so I decided to upgrade this track coming in from the 1 to the 2. Otherwise, what would end up happening is, because this is only one direction, or it's multi-directional, but one train at a time, you would have trains sitting here. The cargo trains that will be coming into the terminal. They'll sit here and wait for this one to go in and come back out before they go. And that was going to lead to a massive jam. So now, if 2 cargo trains come in, they can both come in and they will basically chill here and wait. Actually, I should make this the single one, and then they will chill over on this side of the road. Hopefully, hopefully that does not cause the road to completely shut down. But anyway, this road doesn't really go anywhere, so if few cars chill here for a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so we've got it in now. I've only got one extension to it because I want to be able to have road access on this side as well as on that side. So I think that works out nicely. What's left now is, what I want to do is I want to tunnel from here underground and then come over here and create a connection. What I'm not 100% sure of is what the traffic will look like over here. This might become a bit of a jam. So maybe I might be better off running it that way so that I can give another connection in that direction, something of the nature. Let's start off with this connection. I actually think I'll make it a bit of a loop, of a turn like so, and then it will disappear underground. And if we do extend this, I think it will become a future me problem. All right, let's get this connected. All right. Whew. I think I eventually won this battle. Jeepers. Getting this done as well as this connected nicely was a pain. But anyway, you know what? I say that so often these days, it's like, I might as well just stop. I think this connection here, though, is a little bit too steep and fairly ugly. Right? I think the connection here just, yeah, we got land glitching and everything here. So let me try and see if I can make this look a little bit decent. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, gotta love it. Oh, people, you just gotta put in just a little bit of extra work. Just a little bit of extra work. I've got a bump here which I don't like. Jeez whiz. Why? Alright, I think that is fine now. Yep, that looks good. And I've got this connection over here. You know what, we might as well make this a 3-laner all the way. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So we have a merger and an off-ramp here. We've got a merger and an off-ramp there. And we've got a merge here. It comes in here. What's this? Oh, I think this is left over from the old road structure. Cool. So that should be good. I think though that the ones coming in shouldn't merge here. This is where the double lane should be. So we should convert this one into the, of course. Anyways, what made me think it was going to be nice and easy, right? What made me think, oh, it should be more this way. Yeah, it should be more this way. You know what? We'll hide that ugliness underground. Let's hide that ugliness underground. All right, let's get in here. Let's switch you also around all the way. That's lined up nicely. I think that's also decently lined up. You know what? Let's just do it all the way. And over here, perfect. And then over here is where the switch is. You merge in there and you merge in here. But is that wise? No, that's not wise. See, I actually want them turning here, so that's actually not wise. So we want these two to continue being a 2-laner all the way. And then I think over here what I'll do is, oh, it does start going underground. It's fine. Let's do this. Let's split. Actually, let's continue this. Let's see how that looks when it is this. Ooh, oh, no. We don't want that. Let's line that up nicely. Okay, there we go. All right, so the 2 lanes come out, and then over here they can go that way or that way, and over here they join together as they go, because the trucks coming from here will either go straight or they will turn that way. The ones coming from here will either turn this way or they will turn that way. Okay, I think that's all right. Let's unpause. Let's let the traffic flow, and I think, people, we are good. The only thing I want to add here is maybe a pedestrian path or 2, just to make life a little bit easier for our people who want to cross the road somewhere around here. Okay, so the turning is over there, so it's fine. I can have another one over there. And then to complete the look, let's get a median in between. So just some trees. Let's decrease. I'm gonna make it a nice thick one over there. You know what? I can actually just pull it all the way across. All right, and I think that is good. Over here, for now, what we will do is we will simply pull this all back, and let's just, what's the word? Let's smooth all of this out, and then we will worry about this at some other time as to what we're gonna do about this. I'm still a little disappointed that I cannot get rid of this thing. Oh my good grief. It is bothering me, but there is nothing I can do about it. We've got our thing in. Oh, we've got a little bit of space here. I think we can have, really? Why did it do that? Oh, you know what? Let's use the key streak, and yeah, this might actually work. Let's use the key streak. There we go. The nice thing about the keys thing is that it looks like there are guardrails around here, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. In fact, that's how we get guardrails in. That's how we get guardrails in, people. Ha ha ha! Let's get guardrails all along over there. I love it. And then we'll just stick in some office here, and maybe one more in this corner here. and I think that's all right. So I just want to put down a little bit more. Ooh, no. Don't want that, chappy. I want forest. Let's get a little bit more forest in here, and ooh, can still keep coming all the way up along the side. Get a nice thick one over there, and I might as well just put one in here. Ooh, alternatively, we can have some buildings here, but I think that's a future thing. I think this is all right. This is all right. All right, people, we've got things going. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm going to make use of this a little bit more. Although I do think this one is a little out of place. I don't think I want to have two of these over here. So let's get rid of this chappy, and we'll just put a little office over there. And I think that's fine. We'll have these two tall ones. They are okay. They break the monotony of the flat landscape. And we've got our cargo terminal in. I think the only thing that's left now is to get it active. And let's see how this is going to manage the traffic that is going to be generated. So we're going to go from there to this side of the map and come back down. Where are you? There you are. And let's connect you up. And there we go. We should have a connection, and it should, hopefully, I should see trains sitting here and waiting, and it should be beautiful. So check this out, an unintended consequence of building this connection. I think all the trucks that were going to the cargo terminal used to off-ramp over here and navigate their way through. Now they have found a different way, and so most of the traffic on this road are actually going to the cargo harbor and not the train terminal. Ain't that something? But that's fine, because all the traffic is sitting in this industrial/office area, and it's all off of the main road anyway. It's not just making this road seem overly big, but it's fine. It's what we wanted. I am happy. Let's see if we can get this area filled in. I think I might leave some green space, but if we can get this area filled in, then we can consider this area done. I want to get at least a police station down somewhere here, because we don't have any police in this area, if I remember right. So if I can get one down at least over here in this corner perhaps, then I'll build everything else around it. All right, let's see what we can do. Alrighty, let's see where we are at. Whole area is pretty much filled in. I'm loving the green that is surrounding all of this industry and office. It's a look that I wanted, especially being so close to the river. I think that is looking good. I want to maintain some green space in between, just so that, you know, cars can drive smoothly, no problem. I don't know if that's a thing, but at least fewer intersections, they can continue moving. I've been looking at this space and thinking maybe it would be worth doing some development here as well. But for that, we'll probably have to get a a road to come over this, and then we can squeeze in more industry or something along the lines in this space. But for now, I'm going to leave it the way it is. It's a nice pop of green when you look at it from an aerial point of view. I think that looks good. It's that buffer between where the residential areas end and where all of the industry begins. So I'm happy with that, at least for now. Why is all, you see, now that I have big trees, all these tiny little trees just stick out so much for me. All I want to do now is go ahead and grab the brush, remove all of these tiny things. Why is it so weak? Why is it so weak? Oh, I wish this thing would remove more. I wish it would remove more, please. It's so weak. Oh, no, man, that's enabled. Ugh. My bad. And then I want to see if I plonk down some nice thick forest here. I think now I can lower it a little bit. Nice thick forest over here. Are you going to be dense? It's not as dense as I had hoped it would be. Let me use you first. Let's turn that off, because these ones give nice tall trees all over the place. And then let's go back into the forest and then plonk all of these in between. I think this looks so much more alive when you've got full trees that just fill up the entire area. Oh. And then once you're done with all of this, you go in with the individual brush, and you just stick in wherever it is that you can, just to increase the density even more. I know if I use the anarchy, I'll be able to plonk down a whole lot more trees than the brush currently does, but I'm gonna save that for when I absolutely want to build a really, really dense place. But I think for now, me doing it manually, it's a little bit therapeutic. So, I am not going to complain too much, especially now that I have the brush mods. Alrighty, that area is all now filled in. What I want to do now is I want to extend this area out, and then we can see that this entire harbor area is basically complete, and we have some kind of a shape that goes around in this area. So over here, I'm thinking of putting just a little bit of an angle on this, and then maybe bring in a thing or two as far out into the river as I can. Nothing too hectic, and then I think we'll call it quits for this area. let's just have a look at what's happening here. So we've got most of this area filled in, and we've got what is something that looks like a marina going on over here. It's my attempt at it. I think I want to extend these out maybe just a little bit more. I think that will just add a little bit more, what's the word? I don't know, dynamism. It'll give it just a little bit more life than it currently has. So if I extend these out just a little bit further, I have no idea why this would be the case, but since this is not really a marina, it's just a thing that's supposed to look like it, I don't mind just building out a whole bunch of stuff over there. Now, what I want to do is that I want to fill out this whole area, but I want to try and respect this hill, or this little hill that's here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make it slightly bigger than it currently is, so that I can work better around where it is, so that I have a, what's the word, a terminating line, so to speak, around it, and then it will provide a nice backdrop for this whole area. And then we basically keeping the theme of this is a very mountainous area, and all of the development have been happening sort of in between the valleys, right? I want to keep that theme going throughout the build. And so at least when we have stuff like this, I think it complements the rest of the area, and this explains why the development ends right here. And then we'll probably just plonk a whole lot of trees on top of it before we call it quits. And yeah, I think this is cool. So this road acts as the barrier, and then all we do is just bring this area down just a tad bit. All right, I think that's good enough. Let's see if we can get some industry in and around here that will look kind of decent. All right, we have filled out the bulk of this area. Oh, and we've got a nice tall chappies that are starting to stick out over here, which is awesome. And we're beginning the branch out in that direction. So I still need to I am coming out here. I've not even measured how big the airport is going to be that I need to squeeze in here, but I will squeeze it in there. I wanted to do some development around here as well as part of this episode, but I've had a lot of time between this build and when we sorted out this area. And during that time, I did the editing of that, and I've kind of realized that I'll be running out of time with what I've just done here. So we're going to leave everything here. Doesn't look like much has been done, but at least the harbor now has a bit more shape to it, which I like. I really like this thing coming in. It's just given it a lot more life than it had before. And we've got this little extension that comes out of here. I think this extension is quite ugly. I was thinking maybe I should change it and bring it in sort of this way rather than it just going out in that direction. But I think that will be something that we'll leave for another time. But otherwise, I think I'm quite happy. Somebody asked me for a full view of the map, everything that's been built so far. So I can't remember who it was. If I find the comment, I'll plonk it on. But if that was you, here you go. This is what everything looks like so far. So I think we're done for today. You know what, before we call it quits, I'm not entirely happy with this area in that I want more density. So I want to put a few more roads and plonk in a few more buildings just to get this place to look a little bit packed, a little bit more packed than all the empty spaces that we have. Okay, let me just get that done quickly. All right, we've stuck a whole lot more down. I think that looks a bit better. It also highlights the fact that I've got this power line running through here a little bit more, and I don't have those empty lots, which is really what I wanted. I need to really get the type of looks that I have in mind, and this is ways in which I do that. All right, I think that looks a whole lot better, at least to me. Let me know what you think. And we're gonna try and keep up a fairly nice looking industrial area in and around all of the space. I'm still to decide what to do here. We shall see, because there's a lot of poisonous clouds and stuff. I've had a lot of comments about people suggesting on things to do here. So when we get to tackling here, I will revisit a lot of those comments and see what exactly will fit in best in and around the whole space. Everybody, I want to say thank you so much for watching once again. I really appreciate it. It wasn't a video in which we got a lot of expansion done, but I think we did a lot of necessary things, notably getting the two cargo terminals off of the main road and getting the traffic off of there. I think that was a good win, and this expansion I think has added a lot more life to the entire harbor area. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It will be really appreciated. And if you've been here a while, you haven't subscribed, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It will mean a lot in getting the channel out. Thank you all so much to all of my patrons and YouTube members. Your extra support of the channel is truly appreciated. Let's jump into the cinematics. I hope you enjoy the beautiful shots, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.